Are you one of us? One of the 1 in 5 New Zealand employees that has been bullied at work? Bullying is abuse. Because it's often sneaky and psychological, it can be hard to realise at first what's happening to you. When we talk about bullying at work, we're talking about a legal term. The legal definition says that bullying is repeated and unreasonable, and you must report it. So what do we not consider bullying? A lot of things can make you unhappy at work, but it's not bullying if your boss gives you constructive feedback about how they want you to do something differently, or when a co-worker loses their temper occasionally and is mean or rude. The word to remember here is occasionally. No one should expect you to put up with that every day. It's not bullying if someone at work has a foul mouth and swears when you personally don't like swearing. But if that person calls you names or insults you, or is racist or sexist towards you, we would definitely call that bullying. We hear about a couple of different types of bullies: loud and proud, and sneaky. This is John. He's likely to do the same thing over and over again, like calling you names or shouting at you or threatening you. This is Jane. Jane does tricky stuff, like setting you up to make errors by not giving you important information. Jane might tell lies about you or leave you out of important emails, meetings, and get-togethers. She may even sabotage your work and then point out your errors to make you look bad. If the boss believes Jane, you could be put on a performance improvement program or find yourself in a disciplinary meeting or on a warning, and now your whole job is at risk, not to mention your sanity. Pretty heavy stuff. If John says, "Why don't you just quit?" or if Jane threatens to get you fired, then you know you have a serious issue. But not everyone is that obvious. You may be blindsided when John or Jane start a bullying campaign at a time you would least expect it, like when you've just returned from maternity leave or bereavement leave or a happy holiday, basically at a time where it's most likely to cause you shock, pain, and confusion. So let's get legal. No matter how bad it feels, you should never resign without giving your employer the opportunity to manage the bullying. The first question we'll ask you when you call us for help with bullying is, have you reported it? The reason for this is because an employer cannot be held responsible for you being bullied if they say they don't know about it. Start keeping notes of everything that you would consider bullying. For each incident, you should record the time, the date, who was there, what was said or done, who said or did it, who else saw or heard it, and how it made you feel. There is a 3-step legal process that must be followed if we are going to take a case for bullying. If we don't follow the correct process, we may not have a case to pursue or any opportunity to negotiate a dignified exit for you. The first step is to formally raise your employment concerns in writing to your employer. The second step is that we must give the employer what's called an opportunity to rectify. The employer's response in step 2 is what will determine how we act in step 3. Now I'm going to tell you exactly how to raise your concerns in writing to your employer. This is just a guideline, but all of these things will be a very big help if we need to take a case for you. You'll be sending this to the HR department or the owner. Don't give it to a middle manager or someone with no authority. The subject line of your email or letter is employment concerns. The first paragraph is the background of the situation. It's just a couple of sentences long and it says something like, "I've worked here since such and such a date, I enjoy my work and I value my job," nice things like that. Just make it your own. The second paragraph is concerns or incidents. In bullet point style, this is where you put your list of what has been said or done to you and the date, who was there, and how it made you feel. As much as possible, write exactly the words that were said to you and put them in quotation marks. Paragraph 3, heading, Impact. This is where you describe the impact that everything in paragraph 2 has had on you. Use lots of impact words like hurt, humiliated, anxious, stress. If you've had to see your doctor because of stress or take stress leave, make a note of that information here as well. The closing paragraph is to ask for a response, and possibly, depending on the circumstances, you might make requests or offer solutions. But you need to end with something like, I look forward to you responding to my employment concerns within 48 hours. It's a good idea to go to your doctor and get a medical certificate for some time off while you're dealing with the situation. Do keep communicating with your employer if you are taking time off. Don't resign. You have the best chance of a fair result if you are still an employee of the company. If you have raised your issues in writing and you have had no response, or if nothing has improved, or if the bully is the person you would have to complain to and you don't feel you are able to, you can call us or email us for help. You can call us between the hours of 9 to 5, Monday to Friday, on 0800 No Win No Fee, or you can email us through our contact form on our website or at contact@worklaw.co.nz.